Hello everyone and welcome to my class picking guide. The goal of these videos is a quick overview of the playstyle of each class rather than a comprehensive class guide. For this video in this new series, we're looking at the Commander class, or Comma for short. A knight specialization which turns into general when you complete your third job. Commander plays differently to Vagabond by preferring its shield and a one-hander to favor a tanking playstyle. While Commander doesn't deal as much immediate damage as Vega, its damage cannot be ignored. Aside from generic tanking gameplay, Commander also has a nice array of support abilities for allies, including a revive. I plan to give all classes a rating out of 5 for their difficulty to play in PvE and in PvP. This is strictly in comparison to each other, and I'm not saying they're easy or hard compared to other games, and this is of course my opinion. So for PvE, I've given it a 1 out of 5 for difficulty, and PvP a 2 out of 5. We'll start with PvE. The reason I've given it the 1 out of 5 is simply because the character is so tanky. You're really only ever going to use one ability with Powerful Widening Wound really to grind with, or auto attack, so that's not anything that's too difficult. You have calls to activate, but you only do that pretty much every now and then, and they stay up for as long as people don't run out of range or need to swap them, or you die, I guess. And then there's really just like maybe some of your support abilities you might use, but these are situational at best, and I think that's more the CJB's role is to keep people alive, but I suppose they are there. And for PvP, 2 out of 5. I struggled with this for a long time. I mean, similar reasons, it's so tanky. There are a few more buttons to press in PvP, and obviously you're going to use your shield offense to try and stun people as well. You've got the support abilities that are going to be more useful than they were in PvE, such as Elastic Shield. Plus, there's your revive and things like that. But ultimately, I don't think it's going to be too crazy to play. You're so tanky, such a huge HP build. You do have a huge amount of defense, so you don't take that much damage, which makes it a lot more forgiving, I think, to play than a lot of other classes. Even though you do have a few more buttons to play with in PvP, I just don't think it warrants a high rating for that reason. The core ability for Commander for damage output generally is going to be Powerful Widening Wound. This is a skill that is a type of auto cast, so it just continues until you stop it, draining your mana per use. It's got a few handy extras though. First is that it carries a huge OTP, a whopping plus 18 when maxed. I mean, that's a huge amount of accuracy. But it also increases your hostility and threat. Some of you might know it better as threat, so that's why I threw that in there. It's hostility and Cal, allowing the commander to pull enemies on themselves and away from allies. So that's always really useful. In PvE and PvP, Commander has a variety of support skills that I mentioned before for your allies. So we'll start with the calls. Calls are buffs to you and your allies in party that can provide a huge stat boost. They're not timed, and you can only choose one to be active at any one time. So if you activate another one, it swaps out. Your allies need to be close to the commander for them to actually stay on though. The most popular are Call of Physical Attack, which is a great for, physical attacker parties, obviously. It's a huge DPS increase of 100 when maxed. Well, for reference, that's like having 2 Stone of Mysteries, which are grade 3 stones, on your weapons. So yeah, that's pretty huge. Call of On Target Point, which provides a huge 20 OTP, or accuracy, when maxed, is crazy as well. Then there's Call of Defense, which adds a significant defensive buff to you and your party, making everything a bit safer. So yeah, there are a few others, but those are by far the most useful. As you can already see, before Commander has even done any damage to an enemy, they've already proven their worth. As I mentioned earlier, Commander can also revive allies. That's the only other class that can do it. That's not a mage. But they also have 3 emergency buttons worth talking about. First is Elastic Shield. This skill activates a huge defensive boost to you and your party, making you next to unkillable for like 15 seconds. Secondly, you have Sacrifice, which takes 15% of your HP to heal an ally 100% of their HP. Finally, and this is the one and only personal of the 3, is Survival Instinct, which converts 400% of your mana into HP. So as a brief overview of what Commander is all about, this is the tank class. Really important to have in PvP or PvE in any party, but also feel perfectly fine playing alone. A quick mention on General though, which contributes to the theme of tank nicely with its first third job skill, Perfect Defense, which activates a powerful shield around you and your allies, which is kind of similar to Elastic Shield in that way, but it lasts a bit longer, especially on yourself, and it has an animation. 75 generals get Provocational Blow, or PB, which is a powerful AoE ability that also generates a ton of hostility, which is great for AoE pulls or bosses. So yeah, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you plan to play Commander, and I'll see you in the next video.